I always think of myself as being what I am, an ordinary guy. And all of a sudden, I find that I am hobnobbing with some pretty famous people. I don't feel that I have changed. Perhaps I have, but I don't feel that I have changed. And when you're talking about presidents and kings, and this is just not my lifestyle. And I'm one lucky and fortunate guy. I think if you're lucky enough, if you're fortunate enough to work at something that you enjoy, you'll never work a day in your life. And that simplifies it, and that got me into sports and sports broadcasting and ultimately the presidents of the United States. This is Pennsylvania Avenue, and these are the Clintons, Mrs. and Mr., and this is where Charlie has his little announcing booth. See, I'm high, and down here is where the president is. So he can't see everything. I can see everything. I was talking to President Clinton just like this, and he turns me around so that the cameraman was over here, and now we got a photograph. That was pretty cute, though, the way he turned me around.
Talk to me about your career in doing PR for baseball.
Any experience there that you'd like to recall? Any specific stories?
Yes. As a matter of fact, when we're talking presidents, one time we had President Nixon. I say to him, we're at a baseball game, and he was going to throw out the first ball. He says, "Charlie, you've been so good to me, I'm not going to throw this ball out. I'm going to sign it and give it to you." Whoa, is that ever nice? To Charlie, best wishes, Dick Nixon. I find out later that he's macho now. He's in the dugout. He's surrounded by macho guys, and he doesn't want to be Richard Nixon, the president. He wants to be good guy Dick Nixon. And so that's the ball that I have. One of the things about tennis in general, we're talking about some of the greatest tennis players, male and female. This was in the 60s, 50s, 60s. The Jimmy Connors and the Virginia Slims and Chrissy Everett, and these are all friends now, and that was years ago, but they were incredible.
What do you see as the biggest difference between tennis players in the 50s and 60s to today?
The players today, they're all great, but in the old days, they seem to enjoy playing the tennis more and not allowing them to get involved in the corporate sense. There is a difference.
Any specific stories that you could share with me regarding Sugar Ray Leonard?
I ask Ray 20 questions before he cuts off the media. And I say, "Ray, these are the questions that I get asked by the media, and I need, since you're not available to respond, I need your answers." So I go down all the questions. My final question is, how are you going to fight Duran? This is the first fight with Duran. And Ray tells me, I'm going to beat him flat-footed. That was the first Duran fight, and Sugar Ray Leonard lost that first fight. 8 months later, we're doing exactly the same scenario. Okay, Ray, here come the questions. How are you going to fight Duran? And he looks at me with a little twinkle in his eye, and he said, not flat-footed. To be able to go to any hotel in Las Vegas, to be able to go to Madison Square Garden, be able to go anywhere and say, I am with Sugar Ray Leonard, and they are saying, anything you want, sir, whatever you want, you got it. And so it was really exciting, and he's a wonderful individual, and it's an adventure that I'll always remember. One of the things I tell a lot of the young people who ask me about a job, there's a giant oak tree outside. You're at the bottom and you're trying to get to the top. This is all of us. There are branches. You try and go to branch 1 or branch 2 or branch 3. On your way up to the top, sometimes it's the branches that now are more interesting than getting to the top. So this is what the student has to learn. You just can't go from A to B and that's it. Try out some of the branches as you're going through these opportunities.